Well,
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
oh god. The end is never the end. That's what they all say. All of them. I don't know about you, but that's quite disturbing. There must be a thing. A thing about all the computers. Maybe? I am grasping at straws.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure. Wait, did the computer progress bar go further than the first time? Also, if I went the other way, wouldn't I be going that direction?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alrighty then.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You know, I never did actually hit the control pad off. I can now get in here regularly. That's interesting enough. Did something just lock? I'm guessing this doesn't work. Yeah, no, that does not work whatsoever. Fabulous, isn't it?
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs.
Okay.
The guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk.
Oh.
What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
So what happens if I don't touch the keypad at all? Wouldn't if I instead choose to play the piano?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
That's correct. And in fact, not touching the pad at all shouldn't unlock this secret door.
2845.
Come on, narrator, you're breaking the fourth wall by telling me that, aren't you? Aren't you? What do these even say?
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, okay. I guess no, inputting no commands into it doesn't work either. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, it's funny though, this whole time, I've never actually succeeded in turning off the mind control facility. You know, it's going to happen one of these days. I hope this game really does keep track of everything I've done. All those computers at the beginning, I'm sure they're very important.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're still being monitored, you know. That's the disturbing part. In the boss's office, there was a camera on the ceiling.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh my goodness, what a silly storytelling game. But for serious, though, is there any other decision right now?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Do
The
any
lives
of
of so
them
many individuals
show me the
reduced
boss's
to
office?
images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life
I'm a little
in
speechless,
someone
to be
else's
honest.
control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, there's not really an alternative now. We go this way.
It was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Better actually shut it off this
As the cold
time.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for
So it's completely black. I can't see a darn thing. What?
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I
Yes.
can't see anything.
He had won.
What?
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Really?
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Are those bees?
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that
How-
he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Oh,
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
there's an outside world to this
Whatever
game.
life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Is it an actual
Stanley
place?
felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Oh my
The
god.
feeling of liberation. The immense possibility of the new path.
And now it's a
before him.
cutscene.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
It's kind of beautiful, but why did any of that even exist? Oh! Did we actually beat the game by just following the directions? I don't really think it's possible to beat this game. Because then just like that, here we are again. See you next time.